Capacity is rarely discussed. People talk about goals, habits, discipline, motivation. But capacity stays in the background. Invisible. Assumed. Taken for granted. If something isn't working, the default explanation is effort. Try harder. Push more. Stay consistent. Capacity is treated as fixed. As if everyone has the same amount. As if it doesn't change. But real life rarely breaks because people don't care enough. It breaks because capacity is exceeded. You try to do more. More tasks. More responsibilities. More expectations. You tell yourself you'll adjust. You'll get used to it. You'll build tolerance. You'll grow into it. For a while, it seems possible. You stretch your days. Compress rest. Delay recovery. Progress continues. Then something subtle happens. Not a collapse. Not a dramatic failure. A gradual tightening. Things feel heavier. Decisions feel harder. Small tasks feel demanding. You're still functioning, but with friction. This is what exceeded capacity feels like. Not inability, but strain. Capacity is not motivation. You can care deeply and still be over capacity. You can want progress and still lack room. But the language around effort doesn't leave space for this. If you struggle, you're told to push through. If you slow down, you're told you're losing momentum. Capacity doesn't fit into these narratives because it introduces limits. And limits are uncomfortable. Capacity changes. It expands and contracts based on conditions. Sleep, stress, health, cognitive load, emotional demands. These factors are not optional. They shape what is possible. Ignoring them doesn't remove their effect. It just hides the cost. Another reason capacity is ignored is that it's not visible. Output is visible. Effort is visible. Busyness is visible. Capacity is internal. You only notice it when it's gone. When everything feels harder than it should. When recovery takes longer. When focus doesn't return. At that point, the system has already been overloaded. Many systems fail not because they are poorly designed, but because they assume infinite capacity. Daily routines that require full energy. Plans that leave no margin. Schedules that ignore recovery. These systems work on ideal days. But real life is mostly non-ideal. Capacity also accumulates. Not just fatigue, but unresolved load. Unfinished tasks. Lingering decisions. Emotional residue. These don't disappear at the end of the day. They carry forward, reducing future capacity. This is why rest alone often doesn't restore energy. Because the load is not just physical. It's cognitive, emotional, contextual. Capacity is shaped by how much remains open. How many things are still pulling at you? Progress without closure reduces capacity over time. This creates a trap. You try to move faster to escape the pressure, but speed increases load, which reduces capacity further, and the cycle tightens. Capacity is not weakness. It is constraint. Every system operates within constraints. Ignoring them doesn't create freedom. It creates fragility. A healthier approach starts with asking a different question. Not what should I be doing, but what can this system carry? This applies to days, weeks, lives. What fits without strain? What fits with margin? Margin is not wasted space. It is what absorbs variation, unexpected problems, low energy days, external demands. Systems without margin fail quickly. Systems with margin bend. Capacity where systems look quieter. They produce less drama, less urgency, less visible effort, but they last. They don't require heroics. They don't rely on peak performance. They function on ordinary days. This is what sustainability actually means. Not balance, not pace, but load relative to capacity. When load exceeds capacity, everything feels harder. When load fits capacity, progress feels lighter. Not easy, but possible. Capacity also changes across seasons. What fits now may not fit later. Life events shift it. Health shifts it. Age shifts it. Responsibilities shift it. Treating capacity as static guarantees mismatch. Responsive systems reevaluate capacity regularly. They adjust scope. They renegotiate commitments. They don't treat reduction as failure. They treat it as calibration. This is where many people struggle. Reducing commitments feels like giving up. But continuing without capacity is not perseverance. It's erosion. Capacity is the silent limiter. Ignore it, and everything eventually slows. Respect it, and progress stabilizes. The goal is not to maximize capacity. It is to work within it intentionally, to leave room, to recover fully, to close loops. Quiet progress depends on this, not on pushing harder, but on carrying only what fits. If this helped you think more clearly, you'll probably enjoy the next essay.